The mental singularity comprises nothing but souls, eternal and necessary, deathless minds made of pure energy that can never run down and are infinitely superconductive. They experience no resistance and exhibit perpetual motion. They are the foundation of all motion, the prime movers. They power the whole of existence. It is impossible for them to lose energy. Base existence is made of energy that cannot degrade, cannot run down or run out. If it could, it would already have happened, and existence would have stopped. This means that an ideal, perfect process must be responsible for this energy, and that means that this energy must be mathematical and must be based on circular motion. If base energy could become depleted or degraded, then as a simple matter of logic, existence would long ago have run out of energy. Hence, the universe would be dead, frozen, or non-existent. It isn't. Noumenal energy associated with frequency can never die, and phenomenal energy associated with space-time can never be permanently degraded, and that means that reality must be cyclical rather than the linear, and that the heat death predicted by the linear second law of thermodynamics is false. If it were true, the universe would have suffered heat death infinitely long ago and would now be absolutely dead. In a cyclical universe, however, any apparent degradation of energy, there is never any actual loss of energy that is prevented by the law of conservation of energy, but the quality, usability, usefulness of energy can undergo change, is always temporary, and the system will in fact inevitably reset itself. This resetting means that an ideal, perfect process must be operating behind the scenes in order to ensure this resetting. If reality were scientific, i.e., full of processes that inevitably degrade energy, all of the universe's energy would have been degraded infinitely far in the past, and we wouldn't be here to think about it. Science, to escape its own inherent impossibility, you can't have a current universe full of living beings in a system that is all about the degradation of energy, as per the second law of thermodynamics, has to invoke actual miracle. Since science refuses to accept a perfectly recycling universe, a universe where energy never becomes permanently degraded, hence cannot possibly be described by the second law of thermodynamics. It literally has to claim that existence randomly jumps out of non-existence for no reason, to no purpose, by no mechanism, to create the temporal and contingent universe birthed some 13.8 billion years ago. This is the miracle that allows science to believe in the second law of thermodynamics. Without this miracle of plucking universes out of nothing at all and then letting them run down, the second law of thermodynamics would be laughable, since, if it were true, the universe would already have run down and reached its heat death. We wouldn't be waiting for it to happen. It would already have taken place, and indeed infinitely long ago. So, whenever anyone refers to the second law of thermodynamics, they ought not to omit that it relies on a miracle of getting the universe to come from nowhere a finite number of years ago. If we leave aside miracles, then energy can never run out, as per the law of conservation of energy, and nor can it become permanently degraded, or it would already have done so, and that means we can know for a fact that the second law of thermodynamics is false in the form stated by scientific materialism. The so-called final heat death of the universe is, from the perspective of ideal, perfect mathematical processes, none other than the rebirth of the universe from the ideal, perfect absence of temperature at absolute zero, which according to the fallacious third law of thermodynamics can never be reached. The heat death of the universe is actually where the temperature of the universe is reduced to nothing at all, absolute zero, allowing the universe of becoming to reboot via the next Big Bang and once again generate temperature. The eternal and necessary order of existence is ideal and perfect, which is to say that it can never run out or run down. The temporal and contingent order of existence, the scientific universe, always runs down, which means it always resets, or we wouldn't be here today, and restarts via a new Big Bang, the automatic system reboot. Science's laws of thermodynamics are, as they are currently framed, all formally false, or to be more accurate, only apply to temporal and contingent scientific universes, where there are no ideal, perfect processes, and all space-time processes cause energy to degrade and become useless via entropy. The real laws of thermodynamics from which science's temporal and contingent thermodynamic laws are derived are eternal and necessary. They are ideal, perfect, absolute. They are laws of pure mathematics, driven by the principle of sufficient reason.